Jim, if ever there's a time to be a little frustrated with an 11th straight win and staying top of the table, is it today?
I think at the end you always look at opportunities which go begging, and I think at half time when you'd already scored 3 tries, then naturally you sort of look ahead and think about the 4th try. But today it was about us coming up here and winning, and that's what we've done. We've got lots of players out and a few changes, and it's important that you win. And Newcastle are a desperate side and very, very difficult to beat. And they played well in the second half, and a lot of credit to them for that performance.
Positives in the first half, obviously scoring the 3 tries. Second half, how important was that spell of defence where you restricted them to just 3 points, because they came out firing, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, and I think what we did, we struggled a little bit in the set piece. We got penalised a few times, so we got on the back foot, they got on the front foot, and sometimes that happens, and they knew they had to play rugby, particularly into the breeze, and they did that well. So yeah, really, really pleased that we could defend over that period.
Just had a quick word with James Wilson about conditions out there. Obviously a lot harder than it looked, very soft underfoot and wind whipping around. That doesn't make it easy, does it?
No, it's not easy. It's real middle of the winter type weather, and it's very, very wet out there. And the pitch, it cut up. And we found that in the second half. The big divots all over the place, and some tired bodies because they had to work really, really hard. So conditions weren't favourable, but again we've coped. We've had some tough weather over the last few weeks, and we're managing to play well in those conditions. I do think our game will improve as the conditions improve. So we'll look forward to that, to a few more dry surfaces.
Big games coming up over the next couple of weeks. Gloucester obviously coming back into contention with that win over Quins, another big challenge.
Yeah, I think they just keep coming down to the big games, and it'll be tough for Gloucester. They always come to Franklin's Gardens and play well, and we've got a bit of a short turnaround now. Playing on a Sunday and a big trip back down tonight. So we've got to look after the players this week. Hopefully we'll have a good week's training, and be accurate and hopefully enthusiastic and full of running come next Saturday.
James, win number 11 on the bounce. Start with the positives. It was a great first half, wasn't it?
Yeah, first 40 was decent. We were happy with that going into the change room. I'm not so happy with not picking up the bonus point, in the second half. But I thought Newcastle fought really well. It was a tough one out there with the conditions and that. So, we'll take the win.
How tough was that pitch to play on? It looked good at the beginning, but it cut up very quickly, didn't it?
Yeah, you're sinking about half a foot every step you take, so it's pretty tough at the back, especially in the forwards as well. I can imagine being in there working really hard. It's tough on the old legs, but we got through it and we're happy with it.
How much credit to Newcastle how they fought back in the second half? Made it really tough for you, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Playing into the breeze as well. They thought they adapted really well with that. They played, a wide, expansive game, and it caught us off guard a little bit. But we'll work on that for next week. A short turnaround, we've got Gloucester. We'll look ahead for that.
2 tries for yourself. That's 4 in the last 4 games. Were you a bit surprised that George Peacey gifted you that second one?
Yeah, I was happy with the wee gift he gave me at the end. I was a bit surprised. I thought he'd just dive in himself, but I'll take it. Easy as.
Back's obviously scoring tries still. Forwards setting a good platform as well.
Yeah, they're doing a great job for us there, especially off those driving line outs and around the park. They're getting, they're moving. They're big boys, but they're moving around really well, and it's just making rewards for us.
Still top of the table as well. That's obviously something that keeps driving you on.
Yeah, it's great. We want to keep winning. We just want to keep that roll going.
Just a quick word on Gloucester next weekend at home. Obviously the first of 2 home games in a row. Good to be back home.
Yeah, of course. It's always good to be back at the Gardens. It's good to have Gloucester come down and give us a good run through.